Greetings, fellow YouTubers, and this is my Road to Ponyfinals introduction. And by the way, I am officially on that road. Splash is a 6-year-old USEF carded 14.5 hand double registered pinto pony that literally came out of our vet's backyard, and he came and lived. By chance, he came and lived with us, and I was just like, alright, I guess I'll mess with this pony for lack of anything else to do. And he took me from just not being bored to qualifying me for pony finals. And I mean, that's not insignificant at all. That pony highly exceeded every expectation set for him. Okay, so in the beginning of the summer of 2007, I'd taken a break from riding Cisco, and Splash had just come back from being started under saddle at a trainer for 60 days, and he had had a bit in his mouth for 5 days, and he was walk trotting decently and barely cantering when he came back. When he came back, I started riding him, and I was like, well, I'm not riding Cisco right now, so I will play around with him for the fall. I have some pictures of our super local shows that I did on him, and did cross rails on him and 18 inches. I'll put a picture right there. Yeah, I was really little and he was really little, and it was yeah. But he is a good pony. He's never ever been a looker. Then I decided to show him at bigger local shows, which is a pinto circuit, and we got him. He's a registered pinto, so he's double registered there. And I started showing him on a local pinto circuit. It wasn't rated or anything. Well, pinto breed classifications and stuff like that run differently than the hunter world, but it's not rated. Would be a good way to phrase it for y'all to understand. And we showed there in greens for the year, or no, not even a whole year. And we ended up 3rd year end without a lead change, and it's a very competitive local circuit in 2-foot greens, and we had no lead change. And then I had to move up off of my medium pony, which is Darlin, and I decided I was gonna ride Splash, and then I got an offer to ride Jill, so they were gonna be my 2 I was showing, and Cisco was getting finished at home and not showing quite so much. And so I started focusing on Jill, and we started Splash on his lead changes, and I showed him his 2nd year greens at the same local circuit, and he started progressing really, really well. But my trainer had always told me that, well, they put the idea of pony finals in my head with Jill, and they were like, we're going to qualify, we'll get her there, and we'll pay your way. And so my mom was all game for it, because all we did is pay board and ferry on Jill, and the owners paid the rest. And so I rode Splash all year and did amazing in greens, because he was like, I like to have a green pony always that I'm working with. And then Jill got taken from me, and I didn't know what I was going to try to qualify anymore. So I was like, well, we kind of mentioned it to Cindy, who's my trainer, and she was like, well, he doesn't have enough step. He's never going to have enough step to get down the large pony lines. He's too small. And so we started working with Cisco. And then at Medal Finals in 2009, which was the year I did amazing on Splash, I was champion all year of overall champion of 2nd year greens. I was overall champion of low hunter on him. I got 4th in Medal Finals on him, and I had overall high point for the entire big hunter ring. That's what they call it. The little hunter rings, the little kids walk trot through short stirrups. So it was the big hunter ring, and I got overall high point for that. and I actually won a blanket. Anyways, the point is he did amazing. And at medal finals, he was a little up in warm-ups, and we went down the outside line and did horse step instead of out once. And my trainer was kind of like, oh, maybe we can't open him up and get pony strides. So we started in December working on his pony strides, and January 1st I had my first local large pony show on him, and I was the only large pony there. And so I rode with the children's, but they set the pony step, and I was reserve that weekend. And then I had another large pony show last weekend, which was February 6th and 7th, and we were champion both days, and there were 3 large ponies in the whole division. And I had my first ever A show and his first ever A show last weekend, and it got snowed out on Saturday, so we didn't even ride. And on Sunday we rode, and it was like a 1-day qualifier, literally, and we were reserve in large greens, which qualified us for pony finals. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm not going to bore you with my rambling anymore. I'll probably throw a few clips in. But, in essence, that's Splash, Attack, and I's story. Thank you, guys.